That was the great Chicago blues artist and harmonica player Junior Wells doing a tune called Chitlin's Con Carne, written by the legendary jazz guitarist from Detroit, Kenny Burrell. I'm Michael Earlywine, the founder of the All Music Guide, probably the largest collection of music albums, discographies, samples, and biographies on the planet. I want to welcome you to Friends of the 60s, a program devoted to everything about the 1960s. I grew up back then, and I'm here now to share some stories about what happened. In the summer of 1965, my brother Dan and I decided to start a rock band. At the same time, some 2,300 miles away in San Francisco, another new band had the same idea. This was, of course, the Grateful Dead. Change was certainly in the air. Now, Dan and I didn't want to be just another pop band playing the teen circuit and fraternities, although of course we ended up doing a lot of that just because we had to pay the rent. I had spent the previous year living in Berkeley, a town where I had taken LSD, and I knew from that experience, which was a powerful one, that the crew-cut mentality of the 1950s in which I was raised was now breaking up, at least in my mind. Times were changing. Something new was being born, and I felt that somehow Dan and I were going to be part of it. I came up with a name for our group, the Prime Movers, and soon we were called the Prime Movers Blues Band. And the house we lived in at 114 North Division in Ann Arbor, Michigan, became known as the Prime Mover House. The whole band lived there, and that included our drummer, Iggy Pop, although at that time he was just Iggy to us. Iggy came from a local band called the Iguanas. So in the beginning we just called him Iguana for a while, just kind of to keep him in line. But that soon was shortened to just Iggy, and there you have it. My brother Dan played lead guitar, and I was the lead singer and played amplified Chicago-style harmonica. Of course, we played all kinds of tunes, just to get some gigs. But we soon settled on blues, and a little gospel is what we were really all about. And by that time, I was studying blues 24/7, maybe even living them a little. I especially loved the modern electric blues players that came out of Chicago. And it didn't take too long for us to figure out that these great blues players were still very much alive, and that Chicago was less than a 3-hour drive from Ann Arbor. Let's go. And so off we went, the whole lot of us, including Iggy. We piled into our 1966 Dodge van and headed for Chicago. Of course, we knew next to nothing about Chicago. We knew no one there, so mostly what we found ourselves doing was digging through bins at tiny record shops for old 45s. 45s by players like Little Walter, Muddy Waters, Junior Wells, Otis Rush, many others. And we went to Chicago many times. One of the music stores we came across was the Jazz Record Mart. Today it's located at 27 East Illinois Street, and the proprietor of that shop was a man named Bob Kester. We didn't know it then, but Kester had been producing blues recordings for almost 10 years. And in the process, he founded Delmark Records, one of the great blues labels of all time. Kester can still be found at the Jazz Record Mart even today. I just spoke to him Sunday on the phone, was kind enough to chaperone our band to some of the clubs on Chicago's south and west side. Blues clubs a group of white boys like ourselves might have been afraid to go into. And it was in a little step down into the basement kind of club at 48th and Indiana Streets called Teresa's Lounge. That's where I first saw Junior Wells perform live. I can remember in that dimly lit bar, Wells was standing up at the tiny floor-level stage, arguing with another player. And my eyes popped out when I realized Junior Wells was arguing with no less than Little Walter, to me one of the all-time blues harmonica greats. Now this was just like going to heaven for me. We were just gone from that point on, living in a dream come true. Anyway, enough stories. I want you to hear some cuts from one of the greatest blues albums ever recorded, the Delmark album Hoodoo Man Blues, and it features the singing and harmonica playing of Junior Wells, backed by the phenomenal guitar playing of a young Buddy Guy, with Jack Myers on bass and Billy Warren on drums. This album was recorded in September of 1965, not long before our first trip to Chicago. Blues experts agree that this is a landmark album, and I know you will love it. If I had to go to a desert island, could only take a handful of albums, this would be one of them. Okay, let's jump right in. Here's Junior Wells singing Snatch It Back and Hold It from the Delmark album Hoodoo Man Blues.
Snatch it back and hold, baby, one more time. I ain't doing too bad, babe. I got you on my mind. Hey, 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 hey. You're having a darn good time. Somebody help me. I can't help myself. Somebody got to help me, 'cause I can't help myself. I'm not doing too bad, baby. You know I ain't got no brand new bag. Somebody help me. I can't help myself.
Watching the world come undone. Could it get any better than doing all the things we did? I still feel like a kid. I feel young again, young again. I feel young again, young again. Look out, look out.
was another cut from the tune Chitlins Con Carne, written by Kenny Burrell, and recorded here by blues artists Junior Wells and Buddy Guy on the Delmark album Hoodoo Man Blues. In this section, I was featuring the bass playing of Jack Myers. I just love that bass part. Now let's talk a little bit more about harmonica player and singer Junior Wells. Wells has always been one of my favorite harp players. No, he doesn't have the technique of a little Walter or Big Walter Horton, and he mostly plays the little Hohner Marine Band harmonicas in what is called cross harp position, which just means playing a D harmonica in the key of A. Wells also sometimes does a little playing in first position with an A harp in the key of A. And once in a great while he plays the chromatic harmonica, but always in a minor key. What makes Junior Wells' harp playing unique is not fancy technique, but the sheer emotional power of his playing. That mixed with all kinds of sounds he makes, with his voice and mouth like clucking and popping sounds, smacking his lips, sighing. Junior Wells' harp is direct, soulful, and able to raise the hair on the back of my neck every time. What more can I ask? If you're coming from the realm of blues players like B.B. King and T-Bone Walker, with their more refined style and clear pronunciation, hearing Junior Wells for the first time can be something of an education. Wells sometimes mumbles his words, slides words together, punctuates them with oral and bodily sounds for effect. It's up to we, the listeners, to figure out what he's saying, because he's not going out of his way to clarify anything. From the first time I heard him, I just knew that this was the real deal. Junior Wells makes no attempt to appear upscale or to cater to refined society. Wells is giving it straight from Chicago's south and west sides, no apology. Combine this kind of singing and profound harmonica playing, and you have for most people what amounts to a new experience. Wells is no doubt right there in your face. I had the chance to meet Wells a number of times and even interview him. Unlike many of the great blues artists, Junior Wells was less accessible and just a little more distant than most. Contrasting Wells with his sideman on this album, Buddy Guy, Guy's a lot more approachable. When I was serving one of my stints on the board of directors for the Ann Arbor Blues and Jazz Festival a few years ago, it was part of my duties to pick Buddy Guy up at the airport, take him to dinner, and generally look out for him for a spell. Guy was polite, congenial, and pretty much of a regular guy, no pun intended, as far as I could tell. Junior Wells was much more reserved, not really all that friendly. In a way, it almost added to his mystique. But that is just an aside. It doesn't really figure into Wells' music, or does it? As it turns out, after some 47 years, I'm still listening to Hoodoo Man Blues, playing that album for friends. Junior Wells' singing and harp playing takes me to places I have never been, kind of confronting me with my own fears of the darker side of Chicago's south and west sides. Certainly this music is direct and thrilling. And although Wells' harmonica playing is not fancy, it gets to the heart of what Chicago-style harp playing is all about. I just love it. Now, let's take a tour of some of Junior Wells' singing and harmonica styles so you can get the feeling.
Lord, I wonder what's got the matter. I'm trying over time. It seems like the hours, everything done changed, but I hold in my hand. Lord, I'm trying to make you understand. Lord, you know what? Everybody, they tell me somebody done hoodoo the hoodoo man. Now you know I buzzed your bell this morning, baby, you had your elevator running slow. I buzzed your bell, little girl, take me up on a third floor, but I hold on my hand. Lord, I'm trying to make you understand. Lord, you know what they tells the baby that somebody done hoodoo the hoodoo man. Look at here, baby. Ooh-wee. Ooh, ooh, ooh-wee. Ooh-wee, baby. Mm-hmm. Ooh, ooh-wee. I just need somebody got to help me. Oh Lord, to sing these blues. Look at here, baby. Come.
Watching the world come undone. Could it get any better than doing all the things we did? I still feel like a kid. I feel young again, young again. I feel young again, young again. Look out, here she come right now. Pull her in close, let her into your house. Look out, here she come right now. Be young again, so let's dance. Hold on tightly, doesn't matter who you are. You were caught in the city, watching the world fall apart. Could it get any better than doing anything you wish? I still feel like a kid. I feel young again, young again. I feel young again, young again. Look out, here she come right now. Pull her in close, let her into your house. Look out, here she come right now. Be young again, so let's dance.
Before we close this show with more from the Hoodoo Man Blues album and Junior Wells, I just want to thank Delmark Records and its founder Bob Kester for making these recordings available. I don't know if there are special awards for those who most promoted the blues, but if there are, Bob Kester deserves one of them. I can't even count the number of people I've met over the years who owe their exposure to the original blues clubs on the west and south sides of Chicago to Kester. There are many. Certainly when we met him, Bob Kester had no reason to do us any favors aside from the fact that the man loves blues and he knew we loved them too. I can't remember, but he may even have put us up at his house. But I do know that Bob spared no effort in guiding us to the live Chicago blues scene in the mid-1960s. If you like these cuts from the classic Delmark Blues album, Hoodoo Man Blues, I will show you how you can find a copy at the end of the show, so have your pencil and paper ready. In the meantime, let's listen to more cuts from Hoodoo Man Blues. I'm Michael Earlywine, your host for Friends of the 60s.
Good morning, little schoolgirl. Can I go home with you? Tell your mother and your papa I'm a little schoolboy too. Baby, I love you this morning. I can't help myself. Come on now, pretty baby. Well, look over yonder's wall, hand me down my walking cane. Look over yonder's wall, hand me down my walking cane. Lord, I know you don't love me, but yonder come your man. I say you told me that you love me, you told me a lie. I love you, baby, till the day I die. Look over yonder, hand me down my walking cane. Lord, I know you don't love me, but yonder come your man. Look at here, baby. Look over yonder, boy, hand me down my walking cane. Look way over yonder, hand me down my walking cane. I know you don't love me, baby, but yonder comes your man. I said a 4, 5, 6, 700, 8, 9, 10. You gotta come see me just as soon as you can. Look over yonder, hand me down my walking cane. Lord, I know you don't love me, but yonder come your man. Let's do it a little bit better. I'm gonna tell you this time, tell you no more. The next time I tell me I have to let you go. Look over yonder, hand me down my walking cane. Lord, I know you don't love me, but yonder come your man. Get out kinda easy. Now 18, she began to think she's grown, and that's the kind of little girl you can't never find at home. Come see me early in the morning, baby, about to break a day. Lord, you ought to saw me hug my pillow where my baby used to lay. Pick up one drink of wine and 2 drinks of gin. A pretty young girl put me in a shape I'm in. Come see me early in the morning, baby, about to break a day. Lord, you ought to saw me hug that pillow where my baby used to lay. I'm kind of crazy about this girl, you hear?
Watching the world come undone.